you are the byproduct of the 5 closest people around you.
Mm.
So if you hang around people that don't want to do better for themselves, aren't pushing themselves every day to do something, or at least striving for something more. Say you hang out with people that are really fun to hang out with because they want to eat bad food, play video games, waste their day, and it's fun. I fucking love it. I know. I know firsthand.
It's fantastic. It's really
the funnest
it's a
thing to
dopamine
do.
ride to the moon. Like, it's great.
But you can't be surprised that you don't achieve the goals
Yeah.
that you want to achieve if you hang around with people like that. It's unfortunate, and the coolest part is like you can change with those people together if they're willing to change.
Yeah.
But the craziest part is that you can't make someone change to better themselves.
Yeah.
They have to want to do it
Yeah,
themselves.
you've got to have someone in your life as well. Like, I think it's just a guy thing as well, like a man's mind thing, where you have to have someone who, like, you respect what they've achieved. Like, there has to be something you respect about their character. If you have your friend group and you can't think of things that you respect about the character of your friend group, you probably might need some new friends, because you should want to be around people who inspire you and you're like, you know, he's so good at doing that. You have to love everything everyone does, but there should be things that you find really impressive about people, and that gives you aspirations, that makes you want to be better. You need to have friends like that.
I think so, man.
Yeah.
I think that's completely on the money there. And it's interesting though, because if you take that concept, right, and you apply it in reverse, so people need to associate themselves with people that are doing better and are trying to do better, but you have to work, I think, within a certain set of parameters. So you can't go from being that guy just playing video games, eating shit, not gymming, to hanging out with someone like us.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but for us, it's like, why the fuck am I hanging out with this guy? Like, why the fuck should I let him hang out with me? So it's almost like you need someone that's just close enough to you, and you just can help push each other to jump into those areas.
100%, because your time is limited.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Your time is very limited. And if you're just around people that you're always helping, it's like, well, you also want to be around people who are helping you as well. There has to be a bit of that.
Right? So, so like for us, we'd want to associate with someone that's obviously achieving. Maybe they're doing a really good podcast. Maybe they're really good at business. Maybe they're really good at their job. They dress well.
Could be anything. Just
they
something that you
invest in stuff.
respect.
Yeah.
You respect about them.
So we like to associate with people like that. But then I'm like, why the fuck would they want to associate with me?
Fair point.
Why the fuck? Like, you know, like, it's so strange. But it's like, I can think about that looking down at someone, but then you have to think about it looking up at someone that's looking down on you. You're like, I don't want to fucking hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
These are just two fucking dudes talking on Twitch to fucking pretty much the smallest viewership ever. Why would I want to hang out with them?
Yeah,
Not that
exactly.
like it's funny because it's like you have to see it from both sides. But I think the difference is that people can see when you're trying to better yourself and trying to do something, and there's small steps in between there. Like, you meet people that are slightly better than you're kind of on the same trajectory, and iron sharpens iron. You both get better, and you start jumping into those new pool groups or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah,
anyways.
no, I think you're right. I think
I'm
it's
just explaining like my thoughts here. You know, I'm not saying that I won't fucking hang out with someone that plays video games and eats pizza, but it's like
there's an element of balance there as well, right? And I think, like, you know, have different friends for different times as well. That's the thing. You do want to have that friend group that you can just like kick back with, and then you want to have that friend group who's like, all right, let's go to the gym and let's, like, you know, let's talk philosophy. Let's try to figure out the answers to big questions as well. You got to have a bit of everything, right?
Yeah, but then the part that's a bit disheartening is, like, say you do have those friends where you like to hang out with and stuff like that. When you start to, there's got to be a certain point where those people that, you know, are 2-3 steps below you, and then you're 3-4 steps above them. At some point, when is it too far to go back and hang out with those people? Like, when is it so far out of touch that you can't even relate to them anymore?
Yeah, and then you always feel guilty when you do cut people out of your life like that as well. Like, we chatted about this podcast before as well. There's just friends that you don't have anymore that you used to have, and the reason you don't have them is like, well, they just kept you in a place.
They started to limit themselves.
They never wanted to get out of that place. They
Yeah.
just wanted to harbor like bitterness and resentment to the world and think like, you know, nothing was their fault or responsibility and blame everyone else for what happened to them.
Or even not. Maybe they're just completely content getting home, eating bad food, smoking some weed, playing some video games. That's okay if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, it's just not something I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't. And then you want to be around people who are doing what you want to do as well. That's the thing. That's like, you know, that's the association that you build. You go like, to be honest, the amount of time I go to the gym has increased since we started becoming friends as well, because I see you doing it. So I'm like, I need to go do what he's doing. But there's the element of that.
Mm.
You know, that's why I love like hanging out with you and doing all these things as well. Like, you know, I tell my partner all the time, I'm like, no, like Louis, the reason why I push harder on all these things.
Yeah.
Because I see you doing it. I see you fucking 4 a.m. at the gym. I'm like, all right, set
Yeah,
my
you
alarm.
can-
Yeah. What are you supposed to do after that? I can't
But-
be like, oh, and I work. And then, no, he works as well. Like you get that in your head, you know?
Exactly. It's like that that good energy starts bouncing off of
Yeah.
people. You're right. It's like you hang out with people that have good energy and they sort of fuel each other. And it's very noticeable when you hang out with someone with bad energy because it starts to rub off on you too.
Yeah.
So it's like it's good that we hang out with each other because you look at things analytically and are like, hey, this is going to happen. This is a good investment. And you've helped me look at the way I invest in things now as well. So it's like we've both used positive parts of each other and
Yeah.
propelled each other up. That's that jumping there, right?
Yeah,
so
that's
we've
it.
we've gone up.
Complement each other's
Yeah,
strengths.
we've leveled up together because we've benefited each other, and that positive energy seeps off not only just to you and me, but other people around you start to get that as well, and
Yeah.
you start to change
There's
the group
nothing
that
better
you're
than
in.
seeing that. Seeing
It's-
your whole group elevate, man.
it's
There's
crazy,
something so
right?
freaking lovely
I've
about
seen
that.
it.
I love
I've
it. Yeah.
we've both
same,
seen
same.
it.
My group has as well. Like everyone across the board, like going good jobs, making good money now. Like part of it might just be growing up. I know people who are like older than we are who don't hit that, who don't reach that. You know, so
100%, man. Lad, what's up, man? Looking aesthetic. Thank you, brother.
you're so tanned.
I know I'm tanned as
It's getting
shit
me.
right now. Eh?
I'm not really this pasty. This is just a comparison thing, man. I'm quite olive complexioned. I'm Eastern European.
And I think it's because your side is a little
Motherfucker.
bit darker over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But like I look so like I'm bronze right now because I've just come back from Europe.
It's
but
bullshit.
It's crazy
Absolute
how
bullshit.
different we look.
Nah.
Like
I'm gonna
Darko
start
looks
tanning.
like a Dracula motherfucker over
It's
here.
fucked, man. I
And
really
I
do.
look like the fucking fountain of youth over
Jesus.
here. It's actually
I look like I'm
insane.
20 years older than you, bro.
I
It's
know,
not
it's
right.
fucking nuts,
Nah,
man.
this is fucked. I'm getting tan now. I'm gonna go stand
Gotta
outside.
get
the sun.
tan on.
No, I'm getting tan on.
But thank you, brother.